My name is Sage Sanchez, the masterpiece of creations and analogy to the weak souls. Good evening, y'all. I'm from Lagos, Nigeria, even if I'm residing in Canada. Yeah, today I'm going to talk about some topics, that could be benefiting to y'all, you understand? As supposed, the topic of discussion for today is just going to be three. The number one is going to be how the game is getting yourself out of the environment that is not serving your purpose. Second one is going to be that all you need is a little delusion and audacity, and you can seriously do anything in this life. And the third one is going to be when you are an asset, you have to limit your assets. Like I repeat, when you are an asset, you have to limit your assets. Well, I'm going to take on the very first one. So we'll discuss, a little bit about it, and we can all learn. When I say up the game, is getting yourself out of the environment that is not serving you. Of course, a lot of us can relate. If you have ever been in any situation in life that you can recall, then we can always relate as human beings. You must have been in an environment that is not serving your purpose before. Maybe, the kind of cycle you find yourself, the kind of friends you're keeping, you understand? That has lingered for so long and it's not serving your purpose. We know within ourselves as human beings that if you cannot get yourself disciplined enough to lead that very cycle, then there's going to be a lot of problem. You understand? They determine a lot about what happens and what becomes of your aftermath, your antecedents. So if you cannot determine all of those things, there's going to be a lot of problem. I can relate. I've been in that kind of situation before. I can relate. What kind of environment do you find yourself? I'll be honest with you. If you're in an environment that is not serving your purpose, you can tell within yourself. You will know. But human beings, we deceive ourselves a lot. We're always giving ourselves a hope, a ray of hope in a gloomy situation. Do not forget, whatever you're thinking in your head makes who you are. So if you can't change your thoughts, if you can't put yourself in the position of, renewing things, living in a dimensional atom, there's going to be a lot of problem as human beings. Even the eagles, after many years, or say 40 years or thereabout, renews its feather, whatever, claws and all of those things to be able to what? Re-synergize the energy to become, a renewed eagle again. To be able to hunt, to do stuff, and things that have to be called existentialism. That am I really existing? Am I living? All of these things have to be compressed together. Secondly, all you need is a little delusion and audacity. And you can seriously do anything in this world. Sometimes you have to just take some actions or rapid decisions. If I have to use that word, rapid decisions, because for you to just get into an action, you must have been, ideologically thinking about that thing and all of that. And a little bit of fear sets in sometimes in life as human beings. What is that thing you're afraid of? That is not making you to want to take a step. That means a bold step to want to just get into anything to get things done. What is that thing? But as human beings, we all have the atom of fear within ourselves. I do exercise, fear sometimes as human beings. I get afraid of some situations. I'll be like, skeptical about, can I get this done? Can I get that done? I query myself from within. But I'll be honest with you. You have to have yourself prepared that nobody's coming to save you. Even if you have 1 million people all around you in your environment as human being, you have to find that inner energy from within. You have to push yourself. You have to be encouraged. And the encouragement comes from what? I'm going to delve back into what I said earlier on. The environment you find yourself, people you relate with, and things you do, on a daily basis. What kind of habits, you inculcated yourself into. So all of those things, have a paramount role to play. You understand? So having said all of that, you have to encourage yourself and get yourself into the audacity of just doing things. And lastly, for today, when you are an asset, you have to limit your asset. An asset is anything useful, or a valuable thing or person, or something of quality. Anything useful, or a valuable thing, or a person, or anything of quality. So where do you classify yourself to be? From that, definition of an asset. Relating it to the very topic that when you're an asset, you have to limit your assets. As a human being, do you really know yourself? Do you really know yourself? A lot of people don't even know themselves. They don't know what they want. They don't know what they can offer, what their stance can offer humanity. A lot of people don't know. And, and some people do know, but they like validation or whatever becomes from another person before they can take an action or get things done in life. They don't know themselves. That without those validations, they are good to go. They don't know they are an asset. In short, to make it simple, a lot of people don't even know what they want. Why? Some people know, but they need validation from other people to be able to work, to be able to transcend, to do, the unthinkable. You understand? They just want that validation. I've classified it into two. You understand? I'm not talking about, we have different type of assets, to be honest, I'm not talking about the current asset or short-time, asset. I'm not talking about fixed asset or, financial assets. I'm talking about an asset as a person. A lot of people don't know. Why some know, and they still seek validation. So you have to delve into yourself, know yourself. You understand? I studied philosophy from the University of Lagos. And if you can determine who you are, you have to limit assets, like access to yourself. But do not get it twisted. A lot of people, they know who you are already. They know you're an alpha. And all they just want to do is just to talk you down in achieving your goal. Slows you down because they know you're going to go further far in life. And they just want to undermine your capacity. They will do that to you once they figure out that you're an asset. You understand? But if you're able to design within yourself, I'm not going to say you have to pray to be able to know that. It's just, critical thinking, logical thinking, and ability to be disciplined, you understand, to take some steps. As an asset, you don't have to be what? Super accessible, because you'll be what? Less valuable. Thank you for today. And until I meet with you again, ponder all of you just discussed about today. I understand. More is coming from stable of Sage Sanchez, the masterpiece of creation and energies to the weak souls.